IPA used to be my favorite drink until Paul Saladino, aka Carnivore MD, said that IPA increases estrogen and can give you man boobs. When I used to have drinks on first days, my standard was 3 beers. And you know how long it would take to burn the same amount of calories on the rower? It would take 2 freaking hours. I struggled to even last 5 minutes on the rower. Talking about only lasting 5 minutes. I usually don't last very long, but when I drink, I struggle to even start. And did you know that Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, Cristiano Ronaldo, and even Jack Harlow doesn't drink alcohol? Just think about that next time you are feeling lazy. I quitted alcohol for 381 days and it changed my life. In this video, I'm going to tell you how quitting alcohol will help you be more fit, more healthy, more driven, and more confident. The year was 2022. I was backpacking Bali and I was newly single. So I was basically going out every night and drinking, hoping to catch some tails.
I was working digitally as a language teacher and I also tried to find time to create travel videos, but I literally didn't manage to get a damn thing done because I was either too hungover or feeling tired and unmotivated due to drinking a couple days before.
If you remember, that was also around the time where Jack Harlow had a major breakthrough with his hit singles Nail Tech and also First Class. Anyways, after a crazy celebration for Norway's Independence Day, the 17th May in Bali that year, the following days I felt so bad. I could barely move. I still remember how bad I felt till this day. Going from my bed to my bathroom was only 5 meters, I remember, but going back and forth literally felt like hiking a mountain for 10 hours. Honestly, it felt like a real workout. And I was in really bad shape. So for the next week, I couldn't get a single damn thing done because I was feeling so tired and so lethargic from celebrating the week before. Then I came across a video of why Jack Harlow doesn't drink. He basically don't drink alcohol because he wants to stay focused and prioritize his career. After that video, I went 381 days without drinking, and that experience changed my life.
Today, I probably drink once every 3 months, and I can't remember the last time I got drunk. Personally, I don't see drinking as neither a creation of evil or good. Whether it's good or bad for you depends on how it serves your values.
I was recently in Bali for 8 months, and I didn't have a single drop of alcohol, because drinking went against my values. I valued being active, feeling good, and taking care of myself. But when I'm back here in Norway, I value catching up with my friends. So I'll go out for a couple beers. If we were friends and you approached me for advice because you felt like you weren't living your best life, this is what I would have said.
Hi Tuan, thanks for picking up. I'm calling here bro because I need some advice. Of course bro, what can I do for you? So lately I've been drinking a couple of days every week for many months now, you know, because of first dates and also weekend with the boys every week, you know, the usual. And those things used to make me feel so happy. But lately it's been kind of boring and I don't know what's going on. Is it something wrong with me? Okay, I understand. Can I ask you, if you have any goals, what are your goals in life right now? Maybe get in shape, maybe be more healthy, and I want to earn also more money so I don't have to stress about my financials. Cool. So how well do you feel that your goals and values are served by your current lifestyle?
For many, it's a harsh reality when you realize that your existence and your values doesn't add up. And from my own experience, I know that alcohol can be really self-destructive. Because if you are someone who values being productive, feeling good, and being healthy, then going out and getting blacked out wasted every week serve you no purpose.
Come on, man. That's like the third time already. While we're in the subject of taking massive dumps, something I don't miss about going out every weekend is that how it would wreck my gut the day after. Honestly, it was worse than the dog. Like many of you, I started drinking at a very young age. I think I was 15 when I first started. And in the beginning, it was only during special occasions. So only when I was going to big parties or something like that. But as years went by, it became more and more casual. And at some stage in my life, I was dependent on it to build relationship and to connect with people. You know, it's a very common way and popular way to get to know people when you're backpacking. Also, to break the ice on first dates. And in today's society, you see it everywhere. You see it in every business event, every celebration. It's become so normal that it's weird not to drink. It's weird not to consume this poison.
This large book right here is not the Bible, it's a law book, one of many here in Norway. Rules are important, that's why Norway is a great country, because they have so many rules. We need rules to keep us safe, to keep society going, and most importantly, to keep us paying taxes. Then there are unwritten rules, norms that are not in any law books.
Example of an unwritten rule is that if you don't drink, you are boring, unnerved, or unhappy.
That is funny, because usually it's quite the opposite. These unwritten rules are forcing people into life that they don't want. They're making people more and more unhappy every single day. You have to understand that compared to real rules, there are no consequences for breaking or exceeding these unwritten rules. Rules are important, but F these unwritten rules.
All right, let's talk about the benefits that you get from not drinking. And I'm not talking about taking a break for a week or a month, because that won't do much for you. When I was sober for 4 or 5 months in, I started to notice something different. I started to feel like I had a lot more energy. Honestly, I started to feel like I was a kid again compared to what I was before. And I was much more clear-headed. I also felt like I reached a new level of mental clarity. It was a lot easier for me to focus on my task. And honestly, I just felt limitless. You know, from the movie with Bradley Cooper. That's when I realized that most people don't even realize how bad they feel because they're so used to feeling like shit. So when I started to notice the health benefits that I got from being sober, I realized then I would never go back to the way it was, because I don't want to go back to my body feeling that tired or being that inflamed, or my head being foggy or slow.
This is the scale of confidence. Pretty nice, John, I know. This is proof, this is self-doubt. So something I also noticed after being sober for a couple months is that I found myself to be a lot more confident. And if you search up the term what confident is, it's about feeling sure about yourself and your abilities. And confident is all about building set of proof of what you are capable of. But not what many people are talking about is confident is equally as much about avoiding scenarios where you create self-doubt. But how can you not doubt yourself when you are going against your values? And how can you not lose faith in your discipline when you can't stick to your diet or training goals because you've been hungover one too many times? And how can you not be less confident when you wake up the day after full with anxiety and regret of what you said and what you did while being drunk? You can't. So as much as confidence is about building set of proof of what you can do, it's equally as important about avoiding self-doubt. And the majority of people in this world are boring, not confident, and uncharismatic without alcohol. Alcohol is a way for them to hide their flaws. That's why so many people are addicted to alcohol today, because it temporarily takes away their insecurities and fears. When I was sober, I was forced to confront and build on my flaws. There was no hiding behind alcohol then. I was forced to learn to be more confident, more charismatic in social settings without alcohol. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't get laid, I wouldn't connect with the people I wanted, etc. And talking about confronting, you know as well as I do that today alcohol isn't only used to socialize and connect with people. People are using alcohol as a coping mechanism. Example:
I am miserable in my relationship, but I don't want to confront my partner, so I drink.
or
I don't want to deal with the fact that I'm not happy with my career, so I go out every weekend to find a little bit of happiness.
alcohol is being used to deal with symptoms. To fix the root cause of your problem, you need to get sober and face the problem head on.
Alcohol is the only drug that we have to make up excuses for not consuming. That is crazy. In the beginning, at parties and other social settings, I was constantly pressured into having drinks and having alcohols. And if you plan to quit drinking but don't want to miss out on the fun, understand that not everybody will understand your decision, and some people will even try to persuade you to change your mind and start drinking again. Here's what to do if that happens.
If you get offered a drink or asked about alcohol in a social setting, don't say,
I just stopped drinking,
or
I am taking a break from drinking.
say instead,
I don't drink alcohol.
because if you say you're taking a break, they'll start asking you why you stop and try to convince you to start again or maybe make an exception this time. Say instead,
I don't drink alcohol.
and they'll leave you alone because they'll probably think it's a religious thing or something like that, and you won't have to explain yourself. Also, each time you say,
I don't drink alcohol.
it becomes part of your identity, and now you have accountability if you screw up. Because if you start drinking after saying,
I don't drink alcohol.
then your words are worth nothing to yourself or others, and you look like a hypocrite to your friend. So by saying,
I don't drink alcohol.
you are putting pressure on yourself, which is exactly what you need to stick with it as long as possible. The first 3 months being sober was the most difficult because I honestly thought then that all the fun parts of my life were gone, and it will be a constant uphill battle for you to stay sober if you don't adapt the silver lining mindset.
The silver lining mindsets for your lots from Essex is choosing to focus only on the positive in a bad situation. Example, I want steak and chips for dinner, but French fries are sold out, so I have to use potatoes instead. Instead of focusing on how potatoes doesn't taste as good, you focus on how much healthier potatoes are instead, and stay positive.
You are not giving up drinks on first date. What are you instead gaining is the chance to learn if you really like the person you are going on a date with. Silver lining effect. When it comes to first date, alcohol can give you an illusion that you like someone when you really don't. And 5 drinks in, you realize then that you have spent $100 on this date. It would be a shame if you didn't bring her home. So you bring her home on a Tuesday. Beep, beep, beep. What's that? Your alarm. You wake up with anxiety, a headache, more broke than you already were, and you realize that you overslept. Your shift starts in 30 minutes, so you run to work without taking a shower, smelling like crap. And talking about crap, you didn't have the time to take your morning dump. What was I thinking?
8 a.m., already worked out, had breakfast, and walked the dog. Let's go.
Talking about hangovers, hangovers will be more and more difficult with the years. I remember when I was 18, I could go on all-night bender and play a football match the day after. If I did it today, I would probably end up in the hospital. Seriously, it takes me about a good week now to recover from drinking. It might only take me 2 days to recover from headaches and diarrhea, but it takes me another 5 days to start feeling normal again, to not feel tired or low energy. And what's funny is that most people don't even realize how bad they feel because they drink every week, so they're used to feeling tired and low energy, which is such a shame. Honestly, if you are someone who values your physical health and also your mental health and want to be an animal in the weight room, the bedroom, and even the boardroom, I don't see any reason why you should go out every weekend to get drunk. And you can have fun on parties, dates, and other social events sober. It just takes a little bit of time before you get used to it. And once you get used to it, you'll realize then being drunk isn't what makes alcohol fun. What makes alcohol fun is that it makes you more confident. You don't give a crap what other people think about you. But that can also be achieved sober. But that's for next week's video. Subscribe so you don't miss out on that banger. I've seen a close person to me, someone I looked up to, someone I thought was untouchable, and someone I thought had it all under control. Completely mess it up. Losing it all. I saw it firsthand. Lost his money, family, and career just went downwards. And that made me really afraid. When the strongest among us can even fall victim to alcohol, doesn't that make you a little bit afraid?
It isn't just that alcohol is bad for you, because we all know that. It's about how it destroys everything else in your life, like your sleep, the foundation of your well-being. Alcohol shatters your quality of sleep. And testosterone, crucial for both your physical and mental health. Alcohol is a testosterone killer. And the mental aspect of it kills your confidence. Like, how many times have you woken up hungover, full of anxiety over what you did or what you said last night? Also, if you have a fitness or a business or / career goal, being hungover makes you want to throw your diet and training out of the window. You know as well as I do, you're not cooking any broccoli and chicken the day after. And alcohol makes you lazy, makes your head foggy, and makes you unproductive. Alcohol also destroys your spending. Like, I've never had a cheap night out, and the day after, I'm spending even more money. Because, as mentioned, I'm not cooking up any food when I'm hungover. And having control over your money and taking care of your mental health, your sleep, and your fitness is so valuable if you want to have a good life. Because if you don't have your spending, your physical and mental health in order, then quitting alcohol won't do much for you. So check out this video because it will teach you exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end. I appreciate it. Stay healthy, keep thriving, and I see you guys on the next one. Peace!